around Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Hilton. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
So that'll back him up 5.
Keep playing hard.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. From the gun, Hilton. That is caught by Cohen.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Set up, 50, plant.
Check. Danny.
Hey, wahoo!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hilton throwing right, and that's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Down, 70, Indy.
Hey, watch the leg.
Check. Hey, Sam on, 5.
On 3rd down, Dodson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show mom that he gets to play in the game.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Pickup of 38.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Alert 3.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson, and that'll be incomplete.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
On 1st down, Johnson. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Running from the gun, Johnson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Ready. Watch 57. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go. 50 seconds. Come on. March to the front. Wait. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now Johnson, and he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. No score after 1 on EA Sports. This will be caught at about the 6. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They run. It's Johnson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Nice 57's left.
Check right, check right.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Under 10. Let's go.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Stop your whining.
They'll run it with Johnson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Watch twins.
Check 13. Check 13.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard.
Get ready.
At their own 22-yard line.
On the ready.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down.
Smooth.
That's right, man.
Get it.
Throwing on 1st down. Hilton. It's caught by OBJ. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. Odell Beckham 78 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. The Lions on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Jackson now. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go. 15 on it. 15 on it. Let's go. Shoot. Rush in. Rush in. Ball try.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Check 3.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 10-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
To throw on 2nd down. Hilton. His throw incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Check 26, check 26.
Go out. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Hilton. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session, but coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Johnson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 36, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Jackson. Runs over him. Johnson's got it complete. And some good, tough running, but he's still going to be stopped about a yard short. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the left hash, this from 37. And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, You're only going to fool them for a second or so, and guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
57-yard gain. First down, Bears.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game will just start all over.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
At the 24-yard line.
On second and 11 now. Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far. And it's first and 10. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Check 4, check 4.
38-yard line.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson, open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Wait. Orbit.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Let's put that team on the box.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a third down.
Tighten down. There you go. Check. Anyway, check. 36.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Bears will get the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Hilton, blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
45 to Mike. Heavy on the edge.
Back to throw. Hilton. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Rock it.
From the gun, Hilton. Hurt, and he fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10. They're on 24-yard line.
Ready.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
I'm coming after you. 61, matchbox, light. Hey, echo. Now.
Throwing after the interception. Hilton, rush coming, and he's taken down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. So following the run by Gordon, here's first and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Go now. And Lobo.
I know he ain't got it. Hey, watch it, watch it. Joker.
Get it.
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stay home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Hey, 96 is coming. We don't like 96.
Looking to throw. Hilton under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Frank Clark, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And taken right at the 35. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go. 6 yards.
Switch. Tight dog.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson looking left side. He's got it. Complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
1st and 10 at the 46.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Complete. It's Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Check. Fresno. Check 37.
On 2nd down now. It's Johnson, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Check 24, check 24. Sponge. Okay.
On second down, it's Johnson. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Switch.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and 3. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 37. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Back to throw. Hilton. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
50, play. 3, 218, chop. Hey, Zoo.
44 is Mike. Check. Tackle.
On 3rd down, Hilton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Deshaun Hand able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here comes the Bears punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Kill, turn up.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
He finds his target, Beckham. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Ready. 70, Indy.
Man, I got you.
Snap.
On 1st down, Hilton. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. And the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Detroit, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my